Hey there, Marguerita here, mindset mentor and lightworker from Pitbull and founder of the Wealth Consciousness Movement and the Global Online Business Academy. How are you? Happy 2022. Happy New Year. So today is not a tapping video. If you are a part of my community, if you watch my videos on a regular basis, this is not an EFT tapping video because I have made a decision to include a whole lot more wider variety of content to assist you, to empower you, to help you to be the best that you can possibly be at this crazy time where we've got so much weird stuff going on in the world. And this year, I am focusing a lot more and helping you to transition into the new fifth dimensional paradigm. So if you are not familiar with the dimensions, the fact that we are currently existing in a third dimensional reality, and we have been moving into this transition into the fifth dimension over the past several decades, if not hundreds of years, we've been moving toward this transition, then maybe you might like to Google some books on the fifth dimension. There is a significant shift happening at this point. We are like at the pinnacle of this shift right now. We are at the pointy end, and there are those who are already willingly making that transition into the fifth dimension, and there are those who are choosing to remain in the third dimensional reality. Now, I have no judgment about whichever position you're in. However, if you are choosing to stay in that third dimensional reality, then I'm probably not going to be your go-to person over the coming months and years. So, because that is where my focus is going to be from now on. And some of my points of view, if you're still in that third dimensional reality, meaning that you believe that the current set of circumstances that we are in are actually all about our health, and that you aren't recognizing the lies and deception that are going on, then that's okay. However, my points of view are going to be very conflicting with your points of view. So I'm going to love you and say that maybe I'm not going to be the person that's your go-to anymore. By all means, wherever you're at, I highly encourage you to still use my EFT tapping videos. I have a whole free library of EFT tapping videos at wealthconsciousnessmovement.com, where you can access free information and tapping videos to help you to overcome and work through any blocks, fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, stories, paradigms, whatever is stopping you from being your best self. There are videos in there that you can access. So I recommend that you go and check those out. For today, my focus is, what do you want to create in 2022? So I'm not a huge proponent of New Year's resolutions, primarily because the whole concept of them just doesn't set you up to succeed. 95% of people who start New Year's resolutions never finish them. It doesn't actually make any significant change in their lives. They have the intention, but there's no solid foundation to it. So if you're not one who New Year's resolutions has worked for in the past, then maybe now is the time to ditch all your New Year's resolutions and try something else instead. So what are you tolerating that you are no longer going to tolerate this year and beyond? So this is a time of letting go. This is a time of releasing. This is a time to really step into your full power and potential. And that means letting go of the old fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, block stories, and things that are holding you back and stopping you from being the best that you can be. It is making that definitive decision to say, you know what? I am no longer going to tolerate these things that no longer serve me. So in order to do that, you need to recognize what is no longer serving you. And you know, the beauty of where we are at right now is that for those of us who are transitioning into that fifth dimensional reality, it's that fifth dimension is exactly what we have been trying to create in our lives for years and years and years. So the whole law of attraction philosophy is in the fifth dimension is so much easier. So in the fifth dimension, there we don't make decisions or take action or are driven by a fear-based state. So in the third dimension, there's a lot more fear, there's a lot more stress, there's a lot more anxiety, there's lack, there's intolerance, there's a lot of unrest and confusion. Whereas in the fifth dimension is a place of abundance, peace, harmony, balance, tolerance, understanding, a lot more love, connection, unity, prosperity, abundance. You know, all those things that you just keep thinking that, oh my God, life would be so much better if only I had more. Guess where that is? It's in your fifth dimensional paradigm. It's when you transition into that fifth dimensional self, being able to create your reality is a lot easier. Plus, if you're not coming from a fear-based state, then you're creating from a powerful place of love. Both are powerful creative states. However, if you are more often in a fear-based state, stress, anxiety, worry, concern, if you're projecting your fears into a potential future, then that's what you're going to experience. Whereas if you're coming from a place of love and trust and faith and knowing and creating your vision, and then just trusting that it's going to unfold, knowing that that vision is already waiting for you, it's already done, it's already yours. Once you've asked, it's created for you. It's up to you to navigate your path to that future that you really wish to experience, because you know that this world that we live in, this experiential reality, as we call it, which is really just a holographic projection that we live in, is actually a soup filled with potential realities. There are millions, if not trillions, if not infinite potential realities that are in the cosmic field. And it is your feeling, it is your emotions, it is your trust, your faith, your focus that is what will create the reality that waits for you, the one that you actually get to experience. And this is what the law of attraction has been all about. It's always been there. The reason it has been more difficult for us in the past to actually realize the future, the reality, the experiences, the abundance, the love, the health and vitality, which is another thing that is so much easier to experience in a fifth dimensional reality, is because we have been in a paradigm where we're kind of immersed in these states of fear, lack, because that is what has been perpetuated by the forces and the powers that be. They have perpetuated these fear-based states, and we have been drawn into that vortex. Not anymore. So you still have a choice. You can choose to stay in that third dimensional paradigm, or you can choose to move into the fifth dimensional paradigm. And there are pros and cons with every single choice. So what is your vision for 2022? What is it that you want to experience? What does the fifth dimensional reality, version of reality, look like, feel like to you? What is it that you wish to experience from a heart-based state, from a love-based state? Now, knowing that, one of the biggest things you're going to have to do to experience that is to let go whatever is not serving you in the third dimensional reality. And the scary part about that is that our 3D brain, our subconscious, fears what it doesn't know, understand, recognize, or it fears change but it also fears the unknown. And there is a lot that is unknown about moving into a new dimension. It's a new dimension. It is something we have never experienced before. So we don't know what that's going to look like. And because of that, our unconscious or subconscious goes, not doing that. Much better to stay, no matter how uncomfortable it is. It's much easier to stay in this third dimensional reality because it's familiar. We more often than not choose the familiar. But the third dimensional reality is where we have been sold and we have bought into lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie. We have been deceived in the third dimensional reality. And now we are seeing the veil being pulled back on all the lies and deception. And for many of us, it's actually quite shocking as to the level of deception that we have been drawn into, that we have bought into. So when you're ready to move into this fifth dimensional new reality, then that's a big shift, and it takes courage. When you've been doing the personal development work, when you've been clearing out the fears, the doubts, the blocks, all of that, it makes it a whole lot easier because the veil has been gradually pulled back for you. So what is really important is that you are putting your focus in the fifth dimension. So it's time to move away from the drama. It's time to move away from all those lies and deception. And it's time to drop into your heart space, trust, and know that everything is, that the magic is waiting for you in the fifth dimension. And that although one of the hardest things is to leave those people behind who we have been trying to shift into this new fifth dimensional reality, and they are just absolutely stuck firm in the third dimension. They are plugged into the matrix, and there is nothing that we can do to actually shift them into that fifth dimension. There literally is nothing that we can do. That is their choice. And as sovereign beings, we all have a choice to make. Every single one of us has had ample opportunity to make that leap into the fifth dimension. And now if we continue to stay stuck in the drama and continue to get drawn into that vortex of the lies, the deception, the fear, the stress, the anxiety, the lack, the division, all the things that cause us so much pain and suffering in the third dimension, if we choose that because we're afraid to potentially leave friends and loved ones behind, then unfortunately we're going to stay stuck in that dimension as well. It's going to be much harder to shift into the new fifth dimensional reality, and it is waiting for you. It is calling you. You have been hearing the call. If you're still listening to this video, then you know you have been hearing the call for months and months, if not years and years. Now is the time to choose every single day, to choose your focus, to ask the question, is the action that I'm taking, are the conversations that I'm having, are the people who I am connected to, are they supporting my transition into the fifth dimension? We are finding our tribe. We are finding our people. So stay focused on that fifth dimension. What is your vision for 2022 for yourself, for the people in your world, for your new family and your new tribe, for the world in general? What is it that you want to create? Because the more we keep getting drawn back into 3D drama, the fear, the stress, the anxiety, and you know that there is a lot of information on both sides that is based firmly in fear. And you know what I'm talking about. This current situation at the moment, there is a lot of people seeking attention through sharing fear. Now, I'm not saying that staying aware of what's going on is not, I mean, that's essential. You need to stay aware of what is unfolding. However, don't get drawn into fear around it or stress around it. Know and trust that you are on the right path. Know and trust that everything is perfect, that you are in the right place at the right time, that you have done the work. And choose in everything that you do every day, no matter what is unfolding out there, attend to your internal world, because your external world reflects your internal world. And if you nurture the fifth dimension from your internal version, that higher version of you, that infinitely powerful version of you, when you remember how powerful you are, you know that as you transition into the fifth dimensional reality, you are a light and a beacon to lead others who are ready to make that transition to actually follow with you. This is the most powerful way to influence people, is by standing in your power and leading the way with light and love into that fifth dimensional version of reality. So experiencing the fifth dimension day to day, no matter what you do, don't get drawn into the drama, the fear, the conflict, any conflict, 3D. Leave all of that behind. The time for arguing with people, trying to get them to see what you see, enough. Now is the time to leave all that behind and transition into the fifth dimensional reality. So are you ready to fully embrace 5D? Now, you may or may not have seen my new EFT tapping video that is all about fully embracing the fifth dimensional reality. Now, if you haven't experienced that yet, then go to wealthconsciousnessmovement.com. That particular video is I think it's in the spirituality section. So there's multiple sections within my EFT tapping library. Wealth and abundance, as well as spirituality, business and entrepreneurship, and emotional well-being. So I'm pretty sure that 5D, embracing 5D tapping video is in the Wealth Consciousness Movement tapping library. So you can go and register there and actually tap into that new fifth dimensional state. So you are embracing it fully and completely, and you are releasing and letting go of the old 3D version of you. This is where you get to connect more fully with spirit, with your powerful self, and create magic, because magic awaits you in 2022. It's up to you to really embrace it fully and know just how powerful you truly are. So no more drama, no more getting drawn into the all that stuff that's been keeping us disempowered. Now is the time to step into your power for 2022. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to do the work? I hope so. So look forward to more content around this. I will still be doing EFT tapping videos. There's going to be a lot more empowering information that I'm going to share around the 5D future that we all are about to step into and experience, as long as that is what we choose. I love you so much. I'm looking forward to an amazing 2022 with you and sharing this future journey and the magic that it will bring. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.